Arsenal wants striker who could break Cristiano Ronaldo's record. Mesut Ozil gives shocking advice to Arda Guler amid explosive deal. And Arteta confirms he wants Newcastle United star for 2025. All this and more you can check out now with the top Arsenal news directly from Emirates Stadium. So make sure to like the video and check your subscription so you don't miss any updates. And without further ado, let's get started. Every Arsenal fan will agree on one thing: the team needs a new striker. When fully fit, the Gunners boast a fantastic squad, capable of going head-to-head with any team in the world and coming out on top. That said, there's always room for improvement, and the one thing Arsenal is missing is a proven goal scorer who can consistently bag 25 goals a season. One player linked with Arsenal ticks that box, and he might even break Cristiano Ronaldo's personal record, Viktor Gyokeres. Right now, Viktor Gyokeres is one of the most prolific strikers in the world. The Swedish forward has been absolutely sensational at Sporting CP. In his first season there, he scored 43 goals and provided 15 assists, and he's already found the net 23 times this season. This impressive form has made him a highly sought-after player, with several clubs, including Arsenal, keeping a close eye on him for a potential move in 2025. Before he leaves Sporting, Gyokeres could even surpass Cristiano Ronaldo's record for the highest number of goals in a single calendar year. Cristiano Ronaldo's incredible personal record of 69 goals in a single year, set in 2013, has stood the test of time, but Viktor Gyokeres is inching closer to that milestone. After his stunning 4-goal performance against Azerbaijan in the Nations League, the Swedish striker has tallied 58 goals for club and country in 2024. To put that into perspective, he's already outscored Harry Kane and Kylian Mbappe, who each hit 56 in their most prolific years. With 8 games left to play this year, Gyokeres has a realistic shot at history. If he scores 12 more times, he will surpass Ronaldo's record, marking an extraordinary achievement for the Sporting CP star. Take a look at the table below to see how Gyokeres compares with the top scorers from the past 13 calendar years. What signing Gyokeres would mean for Arsenal? Since Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang left the club in February 2022, Arsenal has been missing a true goal-scoring striker, which is arguably the main reason they haven't secured the Premier League title or any other major trophy since then. Viktor Gyokeres, who could be up for grabs for just £63 million in 2025, presents an enticing opportunity for Arsenal. This price is considered quite reasonable in today's inflated market, and Arsenal would do well to prioritize this deal. While it may be a long shot, if Arsenal manages to bring Gyokeres on board during the January transfer window, their chances to clinch the Premier League would dramatically increase. With Gyokeres spearheading their attack, the Gunners could also realistically aim for Champions League glory, especially if he adapts quickly to their setup. Arsenal think Target, who's one of the best strikers in the world, will move in 2025. Arsenal is gearing up for a crucial stretch as the Premier League kicks back into gear following the international hiatus. Since their last victory in the Premier League back in early October, the Gunners find themselves lagging by 9 points behind the current leaders, Liverpool. With the January transfer window just around the corner, Arsenal will soon have a golden opportunity to enhance their squad. Although they were linked with a new striker last summer, they ended up not sealing the deal. This might be an area they revisit during the upcoming transfer window. In recent developments, there's encouraging news regarding Arsenal's pursuit of an attacking player who's touted as one of the best in the world. Arsenal think Alexander Isak will leave Newcastle in 2025. Sources from TBR Football have revealed that Arsenal believes Alexander Isak, the Newcastle United forward, will be departing from St. James's Park in 2025. Arsenal is quite fond of the Swedish international, a sentiment that is equally shared by their London rivals, Chelsea. Both Arsenal and Chelsea are buoyed by the fact that Isak has not yet signed a new contract with Newcastle. Earlier in November, TBR Football also reported that several obstacles have cropped up during the contract negotiations between Isak and Newcastle, including issues regarding a potential release clause. At 25, Alexander Isak is entering the prime of his career and has consistently demonstrated his skills in the Premier League. This season, the striker, who has earned 50 caps for Sweden, has notched 5 goals and 2 assists in 11 appearances for Newcastle in all competitions. His total contributions for the club are impressive, with 40 goals and 7 assists across 78 matches. Right now, I think he's one of the best in the world. His Newcastle teammate Emil Kraft was quoted by the Shields Gazette in August. He's fantastic. Hopefully he'll continue to score plenty this season as well. However, Arsenal and Chelsea should not expect a steal, as Isak is under contract with Newcastle until the summer of 2028. Newcastle World has previously reported that the Magpies have set Isak's price at £100 million, indicating that extensive negotiations are likely on the horizon. Moreover, the situation could be influenced by Isak's desire to leave, coupled with the potential absence of Champions League football next season, which might slightly ease the negotiating stance of Newcastle. Do you think Arsenal should make a move for Alexander Isak in 2025? With his impressive form and a potential exit from Newcastle, is he the striker the Gunners need? Leave your opinion in the comments below. Igor Jesus' sale expected as Arsenal and Chelsea eye Brazil striker. TBR reports that just 1 month after his impressive Brazil debut, where he scored in a World Cup qualifier against Chile, one of South America's most sought-after forwards is attracting significant interest from clubs across the Atlantic. Arsenal and Chelsea in London have already put Igor Jesus on their watch list. During the November international break, other Premier League clubs, including Fulham, Newcastle, and Nottingham Forest, also did their due diligence. West Ham even made an inquiry through intermediaries. Despite Igor Jesus not adding to his Brazil goal tally during the subsequent matches, where Brazil only managed when 1 draws against Uruguay and Venezuela, a move in January still seems probable. Botafogo's president, Dercesio Melo, has acknowledged this likelihood, indicating that the club from Rio de Janeiro might have to enter the market soon to find a replacement. Our chief scout is already preparing for next year because he anticipates some departures. Melo shared with Resenha Alvinegra, Igor Jesus is likely among those. Igor Jesus, primarily a center forward, often draws comparisons to Real Madrid's Vinicius Jr. and Arsenal's Gabriel Martinelli due to his rapid pace, agility, and tendency to drift wide to challenge defenders. His debut goal for Brazil showcased his striker instincts, a masterfully executed header that found the back of the net in classic number 9 fashion. Initially, Igor Jesus would probably serve as a rotational player at clubs like Arsenal or Chelsea, while Newcastle and Nottingham Forest are also considering Yuri Alberto, another prolific forward. Alberto has impressively scored 27 goals this season for Corinthians, a rival in Brazil's Serie A. In addition to eyeing Igor Jesus, Fulham are targeting Tolu Arakodere from Ghent. Despite Raul Jimenez's stellar performance, Marco Silva is eager to bolster his striking options to push Fulham towards a top-half league finish. Arakodere, standing at an imposing 6'6" has notched 8 goals in 15 appearances this season in Belgium. Melo has dismissed any possibility of replacing Igor Jesus with Neymar, one of the luminaries of Brazilian football. Neymar is among the greatest I've ever watched. Melo stated, he's on par with Messi and surpasses Cristiano Ronaldo in my view. However, his career has been marred by choices that led to his downfall, highlighted by an injury that sidelined him for over a year, and now he's injured once more. Neymar, who was a football icon during his stints at Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain, has managed only 7 appearances for Al Hilal since his high-profile £77 million transfer to Saudi Arabia in 2023. The Sun reports that securing Igor Jesus could be a £30 million investment. Mesut Ozil's advice to Arda Guler is now very interesting amid Arsenal transfer links. Speaking to Marca in April 2024, Ozil, who departed Arsenal in 2021, was asked what advice he would give to Guler, and he encouraged the young midfielder to be patient. I know him very well. He was like my little brother when we both played for Fenerbahce, Ozil revealed. Everyone knows his talent, so I don't want to praise him too much and put more pressure on him. His situation is not very easy to handle, especially when all the hopes of a country as fascinating for football as Turkey are placed on him. He should be patient. His time will surely come. He is still very young. He can learn a lot in every training session, and he has world-class players in front of him. Patience. Ozil was then asked whether Guler has the qualities to become an iconic figure at Real Madrid, and the former Arsenal star compared him to Odegaard. Yes, maybe not this season or next, but there is time, Ozil replied, and if it doesn't work out, he can still look at cases like Odegaard, who made his way. Everyone criticized him when he wasn't playing as a youngster, but a few years later, he is the leader of another great European club like Arsenal. Ozil has suggested that Guler might end up in a similar situation to both himself and Odegaard when they decided to leave Real Madrid for Arsenal. During his time under Jose Mourinho, Ozil was a pivotal player for Real Madrid. However, However, the acquisition of Gareth Bale necessitated some departures to balance the books, and despite protests from fans at Santiago Bernabeu, Ozil was transferred to Arsenal. Years later, Odegaard, finding himself on the outskirts of the first team at Real Madrid, moved to Arsenal on loan to get more playing time. The Norwegian adapted well, and Mikel Arteta made the deal permanent, a decision that has proven to be very successful. Should Guler find himself continuing to get limited playing time at Real Madrid, he might look at Ozil and Odegaard's successful transitions as a source of inspiration. The possibility of following in their footsteps to Arsenal could be an appealing future option for him. Well folks, those were the main news for today. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated on everything happening with our beloved team, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for joining us, and until the next video.